The silence of the grave is what it was like for me. When my parents died within 7 months from each other, that silence still echoes in my soul to this day. It's an all-consuming loneliness that seems to swallow you whole and never lets go. It can feel like the only thing that makes sense in that moment is the idea that you should die too. Because why would you want to live in a world without your parents? Who would you even talk to? What would you even do? I get these feelings whenever I watch this video. It's one of the most beautiful videos I've ever seen, and also one of the saddest. These people are reacting to the death of their mother. But look at how they console each other. They hug, they cry. But there's something else in those eyes. There's this unspeakable pain, this profound grief that just takes over everything. And in that moment, there's nothing anyone can say or do to help. All you can do is be present and acknowledge the pain. So today we were going to talk about what happens when someone dies and how we cope with such a tragic loss. We'll delve into the depths of grief and explore the different stages of mourning. So if you're ready to take a journey into the heart of loss and learn more about the grieving process, then keep watching. When someone close to us dies, we often feel a range of emotions, including sadness, anger, guilt, and even relief. Grief can be a complicated and messy process, but it's important to remember that there's no right or wrong way to grieve. It's a deeply personal experience that should be respected and allowed to unfold naturally. One way to better understand and cope with grief is by learning about the 5 stages of mourning, first identified by Swiss psychiatrist Elizabeth Kubler-Ross. These stages are denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Now, it's important to note that these stages aren't necessarily linear or sequential. You may experience them in a different order, or even at the same time. Additionally, not everyone goes through all of these stages, and some people may revisit the stages multiple times. The first stage of grief is denial. This is when you might feel shocked or numb as you try to come to terms with the reality of the loss. It's a defense mechanism that helps you cope with the pain of the loss initially. You may find yourself saying things like, "This can't be happening," or "I don't believe this is real." It's important to allow yourself time to process this stage and to be patient with yourself as you adjust to the new reality. The next stage of grief is anger. In this stage, you may feel a range of intense emotions, including frustration, resentment, and even rage. You might ask questions like, "Why did this happen?" or "Who is to blame?" The anger may be directed towards yourself, others, or even a higher power. It's crucial to find healthy outlets for this anger, such as talking to a therapist or engaging in physical activity. Suppressing or denying the anger can be detrimental to your overall well-being. The third stage of grief is bargaining. During this stage, you may try to negotiate with a higher power or make promises in an attempt to undo the loss or change the outcome. For example, you might say things like, "If only I had done things differently," or "I'd give anything to have them back." Bargaining is a way for you to regain a sense of control and hope in a situation where you feel helpless. While it's essential to acknowledge these thoughts, it's also important not to get stuck in this stage, as it can lead to feelings of guilt and despair. The fourth stage of grief is depression. This stage is often characterized by a deep sadness and a sense of hopelessness. You may feel overwhelmed with the finality of the loss, and the pain may feel unbearable. It's essential to reach out for support during this stage, whether it's through therapy, support groups, or simply talking to friends and family. Remember that it's okay to not be okay, and that seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. The final stage of grief is acceptance. This doesn't mean that you're happy about the loss, but rather that you've come to terms with it and are able to move forward with your life. You may still experience moments of sadness or anger, but you're able to process these emotions in a healthy way and integrate them into your life. Acceptance is a gradual process, and it doesn't mean that you re-forgetting about the person who died. Instead, it means that you relearning to live with the loss and honor their memory in a way that allows you to move forward. After losing my mom, I went through these stages in this exact order. At the time, I didn't know anything about them. I was just trying to navigate the overwhelming emotions that came crashing over me. But looking back, I can see how these stages helped me process my grief and eventually move forward. I also found it helpful to express my grief through writing. Writing helped me process my emotions, and it gave me an outlet for my anger, sadness, and confusion. Here's a journal entry I wrote shortly after my mom died. Why did she leave me? I have so many questions. Will I ever be able to forgive her? I thought our bond was unbreakable. How could you leave me? I wasn't ready. I still need you. I will love you forever. Expressing my raw emotions in this journal entry helped me feel less alone in my grief. It was like my best friend was there listening to me vent, even though it was myself to myself. Writing can be a powerful tool for expressing and processing grief. By putting pen to paper, you're able to externalize your emotions and create a tangible record of your journey through grief. This can be especially helpful when words fail you, or when you feeling too numb to articulate your feelings. Additionally, writing can help you gain clarity and perspective on your grief. As you reflect on your experiences, you may start to see patterns or themes emerge in your emotions or memories, which can lead to a deeper understanding of yourself and your relationship with the deceased. There are many different ways to incorporate writing into your grief journey. You could start a journal, write letters to your loved one, or even create a gratitude list. One approach is to use writing prompts to guide your writing. Here are some examples of writing prompts that you could use to explore your grief. What are some of your favorite memories with the deceased? If you could say anything to them now, what would it be? Do you think they would say to you? What has surprised you the most about the grieving process? How has your relationship with the deceased shaped you into the person you are today? What are you doing now that you wish you had done while they were alive? What are you grateful for when it comes to coping with grief? There's no one-size-fits-all approach. What works for one person may not work for another. However, there are some general tips that can help you navigate the grieving process. First, allow yourself time to grieve. There is no set timeline for grief, and it is essential to give yourself the time and space to process your emotions. Second, reach out for support. Don't hesitate to lean on your friends, family, or mental health professionals during this difficult time. Sharing your grief can help alleviate some of the burden you may be carrying. Third, take care of your physical health. Grief can take a toll on your physical health, so it's crucial to eat well, exercise regularly, and get enough rest. Taking care of your body can help you better manage your emotions and cope with stress. Fourth, be patient with yourself. Grieving is a process, and it can be messy and unpredictable. There will be good days and bad days. Be kind to yourself and celebrate the small victories along the way. Fifth, consider joining a support group. Connecting with others who have experienced similar losses can be incredibly healing. Support groups provide a safe space to share your experiences and learn from others. Remember that you're not alone in your grief, and there is help available. Whether you choose to write, talk to a loved one, or seek professional help, the important thing is to find healthy outlets for your grief. It's okay to not be okay, and reaching out for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. I want to hear from you. Have you ever experienced the death of a parent? How did you cope with the grief, and what helped you heal? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Also, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.